Meatball and potato stew is the ultimate comfort food. It has warm, hearty, tender meatballs and potatoes in a rich and flavorful broth. And honestly, it just feels like a hug in a bowl, and you guys will know when you guys try this recipe out. Okay, so if you guys know me, you guys know that I really love a good one-pan meal, but today this is not a one-pan meal. The reason being is because we are going to bake up our meatballs in the oven and then add it to the stew at the end. And I promise you guys, although this is not a one-pan meal, this is a much easier version because we're not gonna saute each and every individual meatball over the stove. We're gonna let the oven do the work for us, and like I said, it's just going to be much easier. And this is the only way I make meatballs. Okay, so to get started, I have 1 pound of ground beef, and then to that, I'm going to add half an onion that I grated. So I just went ahead and took my box grater and just grated up the onion. And then we're going to add 1 egg. Oops, I should have cracked this in the bowl first, but there's no more shell in there, it's fine. I'm gonna quickly beat it. And then I'm going to add a 1/3 cup of Panko breadcrumbs. And then to season it up, sorry, I'm gonna delete this call really fast because it's my best friend. She's calling me right now, but I can't answer. A teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of black pepper. Very, very simple ingredients. And then using our best utensils, which are our hands, we're going to mix everything until it's well combined. And you wanna be careful to not over mix because we don't want tough meatballs. Now that I'm through mixing up the meat mixture, we're gonna go ahead and roll them up into meatballs. So this recipe makes 12 meatballs. So you're gonna roll about 12 meatballs, about 1.5 inches in width. And like I mentioned earlier, I really love the simplicity of baking them. This is the only way I make meatballs. It's gonna come out so nice and tender, and it's just gonna melt in your mouth. I just can't wait for you guys to try it out. All right, so I'm down to my last meatball. This really took no time at all. I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees, and we're gonna bake this until it's completely cooked through. So this will take about 15 to 20 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna get my hands washed and then I'll put it in the oven. Some other ingredients that we're going to be needing for the recipe is I have 1 sliced onion here. I have 4 minced garlic cloves. I have 2 large Roma tomatoes that I went ahead and diced up. And this combined with the chicken broth, it's going to give our stew so much flavor. I also have 2 teaspoons of paprika, and like I mentioned, chicken broth. I have 1.5 cups here. And then for the potatoes, I have 1.5 pounds of gold potatoes that I went ahead and cut up into small chunks. And I did pour in some water because I didn't want it to get brown and oxidized. But for this recipe, I do like using gold potatoes because they just come out so soft and buttery. But if you have russet potatoes on hand, go ahead and use that if you want. Okay, we are ready to get cooking. Let's head over to the stove. Unfortunately, my mic stopped working at this point, so here I am doing a voiceover, which I haven't done in quite a while. Anyways, I have my pan heated over medium-high heat. I've added some oil and the onions as well as the garlic. And I'm going to cook them down until they're slightly softened. This will take about 2 minutes. At this time, the onions are looking good, so it's time to add in the diced tomatoes. And I really want to break down these tomatoes, so what I'm going to do is put the lid on and cook them for about 3 minutes. And this will help them to cook down. After 3 minutes, I'm going to grab my spatula and I'm going to smash the tomatoes. I really don't want like whole tomatoes in my stew. What the tomatoes are going to do is it's going to flavor up the broth. And when you're done smashing them, it should look like this. Now I'm going to stir in 2 teaspoons of paprika, just regular paprika. Now in goes 2 cups of chicken broth. And I'm going to add in all of the potatoes. This is quite a lot of potatoes, but we do love potatoes at our house. It's about 1.5 pounds. So it is a lot of potatoes. Anyways, I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper. You want to make sure you season really well because it just brings out those flavors. I'm going to lower the heat to medium low, then I'll pop the lid back on, and then I'll let it cook for about 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, I'll add in the baked meatballs. It's been about 10 minutes and it's time to add in our fully cooked meatballs. And when you pull them out of the oven, you'll see like a rim of fat around it. I personally like to just wipe it off. You don't have to if you don't want to, but wipe it off, don't wipe it off. Go ahead and just nestle in your meatballs right into the stew. And we are almost through. All we have to do is pop the lid back on and let it cook for another 5 to 10 minutes until the potatoes are completely tender. So at that point, you want to go ahead and take your spoon and check on the potatoes. If it just slides right through, you are good to go. And there you have it, you guys, meatball and potato stew. And seriously, you guys, both the meatballs and the potatoes are so tender, it just melts like butter in your mouth. You have to try it out. You could serve this meatball and potato soup just as is, or if you guys want to make like a side salad to get your greens in, or toast up a baguette or some French bread, it's up to you guys, but this is going to be delicious. And it's crazy because we are in October and it's still 80 degrees outside, it's hot, but nothing is going to stop me from having a warm and hearty stew just like this. Okay, so I have the perfect bite here. Have some of the meat, meatballs, and potato. Cheers, you guys. Like I mentioned, it's like a hug in a bowl. It's so good. Just make this one for your family, guys. They are going to love it. Well, thank you for spending time with me in my kitchen. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys make this recipe. Go ahead and click on that like and subscribe button if you guys haven't already. That will definitely help me out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.